Hello, EKN Nation. Welcome to a new edition of the EKN OutLap, our preview podcast as we look forward to an upcoming EKN Trackside live event. The weekend, of course, coming up will be the final round of this year's Challenge of the Americas. Myself, Rob Howden, and David Cole heading out to Utah to Burt Brothers Motorpark. This is episode number 92. It's June the 9th, 2025, in this edition of the EKN OutLap presented by AIM Sports. From its early days, AIM Sports has tailored its innovations to provide precise insights, allowing racers to fine-tune their strategies and push their limits. Fast forward to today, and they are excited to celebrate 30 years of Micron by introducing the latest evolution in karting data loggers, the Micron 6. Designed with cutting-edge features, including a 25 Hz GPS with millisecond precision, a 6-axis inertial platform, shift lights and alarms, temperature inputs, and many more features. It's perfect for the karting enthusiasts looking to enhance their game on the track. Join the AIM Sports community today and equip yourself with the Micron 6 to take your karting experience to the next level. Visit aimsports.com to learn more. AIM Sports, 30 years of Micron. All right, folks, as I had said, the Challenge of the Americas for 2025 coming to a close this coming weekend, June the 13th to the 15th, out at what is now called Burt Brothers Motorpark in Grantsville, Utah, formerly the Miller Motorsports Park, formerly Utah Motorsports Campus. David Cole, let's dive into this thing's round number 7 and 8 of an 8-round championship.
Yeah, going to wrap up the 2025 season for Challenge of the Americas, hosting its first ever 4th event of the year. That's the expansion they took on in 2025. So we went from Tucson to K1 to Sonoma, where we typically wrap up the championship program. But now we're heading to Utah for the first time ever in series history.
Yeah, and one of the things I looked at throughout the weekend, I was over at Mid-Ohio this past weekend with the USF Juniors program, and I kind of started looking at my weather app on my phone. I'm like, what are we going to get out in Utah? Dave, it's going to be a warm weekend. Let's put it that way.
Anytime you're there in June, July, August, it's going to be hot. It's the highs are in the 90s, so at least we're staying out of the triple digits, but we're going to get really close probably on Saturday and Sunday. So that's going to be the big factor is the heat. It's something we haven't really experienced this year. Being in Michigan, you're in Ontario, it has not been the warmest spring season thus far.
Summer's just got here.
Summer's not even here yet officially, not till the 20th, but typically we'd have, some warm days. I mean, I think Lake Michigan's still in like the 30s in terms of temperature. So wow. It's been quite chilly here. Even yesterday, it was warm. We had hail come through last night, and the temperature dropped 20 degrees. So it's been a weird weather situation. So you'll be fine in the air conditioning where you typically stay all day long. But sure. For the racers themselves, again, high altitude and high temperature. So it could be a factor for some of the drivers not used to the conditions.
I mentioned the track, formerly known as Miller Motorsports Park, opened back in 2006. Utah Motorsports Campus was the most recent name. But again, as we know now, called Burt Brothers Motorpark. It's a 1-mile, 19-turn racetrack. We're going to use the Star Trek clockwise direction layout. Track designed by one of the foremost track designers as well, in Alan Wilson. A lot of major events, David, have been run on this racetrack over the years that you and I have been going there. Again, almost 20 years now. Stars of Karting, we were there for that. The SuperKarts USA Pro Tour. You and I went to a couple of Grotax Grand Nationals there as well. The track has held a lot of major events because, like, for those of you maybe who have not been there before, it's part of the entire Miller Motorsports Park. So really, it's adjacent to the front straightaway of their actual full car track. You got the garages, the grandstands, and then a full paddock, and then the car track's right there.
Yeah, a true motorsports park is what it is. Not only the big track, they have motocross, they have, I believe, like off-road sections as well too. A lot of Salt Lake City based motorsports operations are based out of that place. A lot of amenities around the facility. So it's a massive facility for motorsports. Again, karting was there just before this place was built. Rob, what was the name of it again? Come on.
Black Rock, baby.
There
Black
you
Rock
go.
Raceway. Yeah.
It's a unique place. The area is growing. We've seen over as you said, nearly 20 years go from being a very small town in the region to, lots and lots of residential areas surrounding the racetrack.
Well, Dave, not only has the name of the track changed, the name of the city that it's supposedly in has changed 3 times too.
Yeah, again, the way townships and all the lines have changed. Yeah, it went from Tooele to Erda to now Grantsville. So it's been quite a unique, almost nearly 20 years for the facility.
Yeah, first time over those 20 years that the challenge has visited the track. David, you and I will both be flying out there on Thursday, but things will get started though on Wednesday and Thursday, unofficial practice.
Yeah, Wednesday and Thursday, unofficial practice run by the racetrack. Friday is the official practice day for Challenge in the Americas, featuring 2 10-minute, 2 12-minute, and then the final hot pit 20-minute session to wrap up the day on Friday. We'll get into round 7 on Saturday, which includes warm-up qualifying, pre-final, which is 12 laps, 10 for cadet, and then the main events will be 18, 15 for cadet, and then we'll complete round 8 on Sunday with the same format. And also new for the weekend, Rob, will be the Briggs 206 shootout, which will be a one race format. They'll do Saturday a warm-up, a practice, a qualifying, and a heat race of 8 laps. And then Sunday they'll do warm-up, 2 more heat races of 8 laps, and then the main event at the end of the day. And that'll be it's a new program, just a special kind of local option class for the weekend that at least $1,000 to the winner will be handed out. So
yeah, good opportunity for local drivers. I know I saw some of the names, and we'll talk about them that we've known that have run the challenge before. So yeah, it's a good opportunity for local guys to come out and be part of the Challenge of the Americas program, get a feel for the atmosphere around Andy Staesman's program, which we all know is a ton of fun. So there you have it, folks. There's your intro. We've got things underway. Event notes. We've got the event schedule for you. After this break, we'll come back and we'll hit by the numbers and have a look at how this year's Challenge of the Americas has progressed. What brand is known around the world for its innovation and success? It is SodiKart. The Sodi brand returned in full force during the 2023 season thanks to the new exclusive importer, the Karting Distribution, led by industry veteran Terry Germanovich. The French manufacturer SodiKart is a leader within the karting industry, offering a wide range of products and services. The Sodi Racing chassis line offers product in classes from mini karts to KZ, all based on years of development and championship seasons around the world. Sodi Racing USA has expanded its dealer network over the last year, bringing the Sodi brand to several local clubs and regional programs. The Sodi Racing USA by PK Sports is the official race team, producing many victories in different levels across the board. And the new Pro Race Academy is designed to cater to the next generation of motor racing, helping boys and girls aiming to make their mark. Visit Sodi-Racing-USA.com to learn more about SodiKart chassis or call 954-634-5111 to become part of the Sodi Racing USA network today. SodiKart, the world leader in the karting industry. Check out any major national karting event, and what's the common thread? Speed Concepts Racing. Up front, in every class, every weekend. The Speed family has been at the forefront of American karting for over 25 years, and Speed Concepts Racing is the sole dedication of Father Mike Speed and his multi-time championship-winning son Alex Speed. This program is all about passion for the sport and a dedication to winning. They know how to get it done. If you're a senior driver ready to put yourself amongst the best in the country, Speed Concepts Racing is the program for you. We can win the big races. You just need to be in the seat. The Speeds program has delivered time over time in the junior classes as well, helping to elevate a long list of young drivers from mid-pack to potential race winners. Speed Concepts Racing has the perfect equation of coaching, driver development, and technical knowledge to elevate your program. Arrive and drive opportunities are available for the remainder of the 2023 season, and we're locking in seats for 2024 as well. If you're ready to take your career to the next level, contact Speed Concepts Racing through email at speedconceptsracing@gmail.com. Fast, fair, and fun. Ignite Karting offers you all of that at an affordable price. Ignite Karting utilizes the spec Margay Ignite K3 chassis with a Briggs & Stratton 206 engine and the Hoosier R80 tire. Everyone in the rookie, junior, senior, heavy, and masters classes compete on the same Ignite K3 chassis, which puts all the emphasis squarely on driver development. Additionally, Ignite Karting is accessible at the local, regional, and national level. Special events for the season include the Ignite Majors that begin with the annual trip to the Daytona International Speedway as part of the WKA Daytona Kart Week, running in both the sprint and road racing events. Those in the Midwest can enjoy the regionally based Ignite Challenge, featuring 5 iconic facilities. Local club programs have also been established in states all across the country, Idaho to Texas, Nebraska to New York, with more tracks and clubs joining the Ignite Karting program. Be part of fast, fun, and great memories with Margay Racing at an Ignite track near you. All information on Ignite events and Ignite kart packages, including dealers in your area, are available at ignitekarting.com. Get off the couch and onto the track this year. Ignite Karting. Fuel your passion. Welcome back to episode, where are we at now? Number 92, closing in on the magic 100 episodes of the OutLap here. Rob Howard alongside David Coles. We talk about this coming weekend's Challenge of the Americas event out in Utah. If we look at by the numbers, David, let's dive into that section right now. Not the way that Andy Saisman wanted the numbers to go. 105 at the opening round at Tucson, 102 at K1, down to 86 in Sonoma. And right now, the pre-registration number is 75 for this weekend. Still good numbers in 100cc senior, but a number of the other ones kind of dropping off just a little bit here and there.
Yeah, that's kind of what we saw the trend go throughout the season. Obviously, when we begin in February, not a lot of racing's happening, but now we're in the month of June where a lot of clubs, a lot of the regionals, everything is going on. You actually have people traveling to Europe to race. That's part of the issue for some of the drivers not racing in Utah this weekend. So again, a lot of different factors going into the numbers, but good. Yeah, as you said, 100cc at 29 still, so it's pretty solid. Kind of a mix of a lot of the same people that have been racing all season long. So not too many new names in that category. Again, we have a limited entry list. We weren't able to get our full entry list, so it's kind of hard to tell who's who on some of the names that we aren't familiar with, but I'm definitely sure there's going to be some local drivers in the 100cc categories for sure. In senior and junior at 14. So not quite the number I thought we were going to get for that. But again, some of the drivers with schedule conflicts won't be there. So that's kind of the highlight for the junior category, but cadet could get over the double digit mark. They're at 9 right now. But many of the same drivers we've been seeing all season long following the series, all 4 rounds. Or 4 events. So that's good to see in terms of that. And then again, we look at the shifter category. We've been talking about it all season long. Not very strong numbers all season. We do have some local drivers that have been following the season, so that kind of helps keep the numbers at 4 for senior and 2 for masters. Yeah,
it's tough with the shifter kart category. Was one of the big parts of the challenge for a number of years there. But of course, the overall national move to the KZ power plant. Of course, it was Rock at one point. There was a number of Rock drivers, but down to the KZ power plant with the new Shinko tires as well. And a number of the drivers who were part of this program obviously kind of used the West Coast Series to fire things up for the national program, whether it's the Supercars USA Series, whether it's Stars. That's where the numbers are on the East Coast right now. So tough to see just the 4 and the 2 shifter kart drivers, 4 in senior and 2 in masters, having a high water mark of 9 in senior at Tucson, and then 7 actually shifter masters drivers at Sonoma, David, as they were able to grab a couple local drivers for that one.
Yep. So that's good for that. And unfortunately, 100cc masters only at 3. We thought we were going to see some of those drivers travel. Didn't get confirmation on some of the drivers that are in the championship chase. So we'll see. Hopefully have some walk-ups for that category.
And last but not least, 14 drivers answering the call to the Briggs 206 shootout. David talked about $1,000 up for grabs there. So we'll have a good group of drivers. And remember, it's local, so numbers do breed numbers. So hopefully some guys will say, hey, listen, come on in and play with us. We've got 14 guys ready to go. So maybe we'll get a chance to get up to 15 plus and maybe even focus on potentially getting up to 20. We'll see how it plays out when we eventually get to Utah here. Again, remember, that's only a Saturday, Sunday show anyway. So somebody could show up if they want to put something put together on a Friday. Into another break. When we come back, we will dive into the actual categories. So we'll start with the 100cc senior and 100cc junior. After this break, go class by class. Motor mounts. They keep your engine attached to your chassis, right? The answer is they're much more important than that. Your motor mount is critical in transferring 100% of the power from your engine through to your tires and the racetrack. You need this to get on the podium each and every time you race. Odenthal Racing Products is here for you, providing the best motor mounts on the karting market today, all designed to make sure you're using all the horsepower you pay for. Odenthal Racing Products is a family-owned and operated business with decades of karting experience in providing products with unmatched quality and value for our racing community. The Pro Series mount for 2-cycle engines, which is available in 0, 5, and 8-degree inclinations, provides a rigid structure to help keep vibration to a minimum without adding too much weight to your setup. The 4-cycle Easy Set system is one of the most popular mounts for the Briggs & Stratton 206 power plant. Multiple mounting holes provide the most adjustability depending on your chassis and seat placement. To ensure a tight fit to your chassis, our ORP wedge clamps get the job done, and they feature a number of design updates to provide a lower profile and lighter weight. The clamps are available from 28mm to 32mm in both standard and Euro style sizes. And now, Odenthal has also revolutionized the karting industry with its new Easy GP camera mounting system. Designed to mount anywhere on your chassis with 1 or 2 cameras, the ORP Easy GP camera mount is your solution to capture that onboard winning moment. Head to odenthalracing.com and find a dealer near you. Odenthal Racing Products, proudly made in the USA. In racing, experience is priceless. Franklin Motorsports is a leader in the karting industry, and with over 30 years of combined karting experience, we can provide you with everything you need to go racing. With a large online product selection, select track support events, and a wide variety of shop services, Franklin Motorsports is your complete karting source. Check out our online store at franklinkart.com, where all of our products are just a mouse click away. We continue to add to our growing product selection on the online store, and we ship daily to ensure products get to you quickly. We specialize in IAME engines, tilt seats, the ceramic product line, Driveline branded products, Briggs & Stratton engines, Smoker performance sprockets, OTK products, AIM, MG tires, and of course, the championship-winning Merlin chassis. In our online store, you'll find a variety of items to fill your karting needs. Franklin Motorsports is also known for our wide variety of services and is home to Innovative Engine Works by FMS, our in-house engine service department. Frame straightening, kart prep, and dyno testing are all services offered regularly at Franklin Motorsports. Be sure to stop by the Franklin trailer during the United States Pro Kart Series events as the official trackside vendor. For all things karting, visit franklinkart.com.
I'm Ken Unger, president of Charge and a sponsorship strategist who's helped drivers and teams unlock sponsorship success for over 2 decades, from IndyCar and NASCAR to grassroots karting. In karting, horsepower is great, but sponsorship power, that's how you really move up the grid. Whether you're a parent fueling your driver's dreams or an 18-year-old ready to take the next step in your career, my sponsorship success method is your secret weapon. I'll show you how to build your brand, pitch like a pro, and turn maybe next year into let's sign today. Ready to land your first sponsor? Visit sponsorshipsuccessmethod.com and start your journey to sponsorship success today. That's sponsorshipsuccessmethod.com.
Back at it here with the EKN OutLap preview of this coming weekend's Challenge of the Americas finale out in Utah, Burt Brothers Motorpark. Rob Howard alongside David Cole here in the EKN studio. We'll start things off when we go class by looking at Forward Direction Motorsports Senior 100cc, obviously the biggest category of the weekend. It is held pretty strong throughout at least held that position as being the biggest category and continues that way through to the finale here. 29 entries in total. Drivers who have won so far this year: Oliver Hodgson's got a couple of victories, Keegan Kaminsky a couple of wins, Chase Hand and Zachary Clemendemello grabbing victories at Sonoma. Kaminsky comes into the event with the point lead, David, over Johnny Stamps by 59, over Steven Eisert by 165. Hand is back by 198, and Flavio Queenie with 265 back. One of the notes you have down here, David, guy in P3 so far not entered, Steven Eisert not on the entry list.
Yeah, that's a confirmation of no Eisert not going to Utah. So again, 2025 has not been nice to Steven Eisert. He had a provisional victory with a pushback bumper, and I believe some other issues arose in some of the other main events as well too. So certainly championship contention wise in terms of pace and speed and ability, but just didn't map out. So that 165 was going to be really tough to kind of overcome, even with a drop.
Yeah. So
I think they've elected to pass on the Utah weekend and look at other events for the rest of the year. But championship wise, basically down to two drivers and under the Formula Works GFC tent with Keegan Kaminsky and Johnny Stamps, only 59 points separated. I haven't had time to do the Excel spreadsheet yet. That was going to be I have a later flight, so that was going to be a Thursday task to complete. So we'll get more details on that. But Kaminsky certainly has a tiebreaker already in hand with the two victories that he did secure at K1. So Johnny Stamp's going to be needing to get at least two victories to break the tie, or at least even that up, and see what he can do to be able to beat Kaminsky for the championship.
Yeah, the rest of the top five, of course, still in the fight. Flavio Queenie, Chase Hand in there as well. Some of the drivers we've seen run top 10 throughout the year, guys like Dylan Archer and Archer Eversman. Both those drivers have been impressive on the year as well. 29 drivers in total, David. It'll be at least we're going to have one solid field, one solid battle, which makes me happy.
Yeah, we're going to probably see some local drivers up there too. Again, we don't know who where they're from, because we just have names and numbers in this entry list. So we're a little bit limited right now. We'll blame that on Mr. Race Select for not getting back to us. Wow. I love to throw him under the bus, even though he buys me pizza. So yeah, it's but like I said, majority of the field looks to be from the drivers who have been racing the challenge all year, but there are probably going to be some local drivers that could have a little bit of the advantage. Again, this is a racetrack that's very fast, very flowing racetrack. They know how to handle. They've been racing on the Shinko tire as well too, because the Utah facility is a Shinko club based series. So that could be a factor as well. And we saw that before when, Superkarts USA went there. I think 2019 was the first year they went back, and local drivers stood out in the 100cc category there. So we'll see. We'll kind of see how things unfold. But Chase Hand, a winner at Sonoma, we'll see if he's able to add another victory on the year heading to Utah.
Sure enough. Let's go to Nash Motorsports Junior 100cc. 14 pre-entries coming into the weekend. Eric Doan, Jackson Gibson, Daniel Ramirez, and Nathan Dupuis all scoring wins on the season throughout the 6 events we've had so far. Jackson Gibson comes in as the point leader, 10 points over Eric Doan. Sergei Karamselli back by 126, Xander Malatesta 127, and Luca Popescu back by 145. But again, David, let's have a look at your notes here right now. Have you confirmed? We got at this point no Gibson and no Malatesta on the list. A point leader not entered.
Yeah, I did confirm with Gibson this morning. They are traveling to Europe to race at a Rotax race. It was a conflict they couldn't avoid.
Wow.
I guess they have other plans in mind to rather than try and lock up this championship, which again, I don't quite understand that selection. There's 51 other weekends out of the year to go race in Europe.
Yep. I'm with you.
Not quite sure I understand that, because again, to notch certain championships and victories is probably better for the resume in terms of that. But so unfortunately we won't see Gibson there, and that essentially hands over the championship lead to Eric Doan, who now will hold a 116-point lead over Sergei Karamiselli going into the weekend. And factoring drops, we know Doan has a victory. Karamiselli does not. I think he's got a couple of podiums to his credit on the year thus far. So certainly things are in Doan's favor heading into the weekend.
Yeah, Karamiselli was going to have a perfect weekend coming through, but we know how good Doan has been for sure. Luca Popescu, of course, on the list, as we've talked about. Other drivers that we've seen kind of run up front. Braden Wagner will be one as well. I think that'll probably potentially battle for race win. That's two of the ones I would expect. And then, of course, as you said, David, all it takes is a local driver to come in and have a feel for the track and be able to kind of challenge some of these top West Coast drivers. And that's one of the things I always love in my mind about when these races come to town. I say this all the time, that if a major event comes to your local track, race that event. You want to race against the guys that are the best of the sport, and they're just going to raise your level when they leave and you're still there at your home track, right? It's one of the things I always love. And I always kind of compare it to when the World of Outlaws sprint car drivers go around the country and that local driver comes in with the local knowledge and tries to make the A main against, the big dogs with all the big budgets. So it's something I love seeing. That's always a great story when the local track star, the track champion, ends up taking on the top drivers in the World of Outlaws.
Well, I think there's one driver that circled this weekend on the calendar. That's Peyton Anderson. She was among the top contenders in Sonoma there. I think she was a top qualifier one of the days. So she's coming off, a good weekend in Sonoma to where she was contending for podium. So I think she's had this weekend kind of circled. She's a local driver from Utah. So I got to expect she'll be among those people will be having the stopwatch on during practice and be kind of following and again learning from a local. So she could be one of those that kind of slides in and becomes one of the different winners that we've had on the weekend.
I like it. All right, quick break. When we get back, we'll dive quickly into the shifter kart category and give you a couple of names that we're going to see in the Briggs 206 shootout. Made in the USA. That's exactly what you get from Precision Karting Technologies. Based in Detroit, Michigan, PKT brings over 35 years of manufacturing experience to the sport of karting. Their passion for the sport began focusing around the Kid Kart platform and has expanded every year with hundreds of products designed to put you on the podium. Precision Karting Technologies is known around North America for their successful line of axles, available in all age groups. PKT manufactures a number of engine products for Comer, IAME, Rock, Rotax, and the popular Briggs & Stratton 206. A wide variety of chassis components for the many brands in the sport are available through PKT, including hubs, pedal risers, skid plates, and other hardware for your kart. Axle straightening, chassis adjustments, engine service, and specific CNC machining projects are available through their Motor City headquarters. To learn more about the many products and services available from Precision Karting Technologies, head to pktaxles.com. Winning takes top quality equipment, flawless preparation, experienced coaching, and passion. And at Team GFC, we live our passion. Developed by American karting champion Gary Carlton, the GFC chassis has become one of the newest brands to reach the top of the podium in North America. GFC has garnered victories and championships at all levels of the sport since its debut at the end of 2018. Shifter kart drivers are at the front of the field in the GT14 frame, with the SS31 a consistent contender in tag and 100cc competition. Team GFC has a ride and drive packages available for all categories, including the mini and micro classes utilizing the GFC RR5 cadet chassis. These young pilots have the opportunity to be part of the Team GFC Young Driver Development Program. Learn from one of the best American karters with 28 years racing at the highest levels in the sport, offering personalized training on and off the track. Follow GFC Karting on Facebook and Instagram, or click over to gfckarting.com to learn more about joining Team GFC. GFC, live your passion. Made in the USA. It's not just a statement, it's the mission at Factory Karts of America. Led by 5-time Super National champion Billy Musgrave, Factory Karts manufactures their frames completely in-house at the Phoenix, Arizona facility. Built and designed from the ground up specifically for the American karting market, Factory Karts brings new innovations and solutions that are long overdue. Factory Karts bring together the highest quality materials to produce high-performance, long-lasting karts that have been designed and perfected from years of development. No other karting manufacturer stands behind its product as Factory Karts does, providing a 2-year warranty on all their frames. Join the Factory Karts official race team this season, hitting the SuperKarts USA Pro Tour and Pro Kart Challenge, along with the new Southwest Super Series program. Full trackside support for Factory Kart competitors is available, along with Arrive and Drive programs and tent space housed under our new race team hauler that debuted at Super Nationals 27. Remember when American Made meant more innovative, original, stronger, faster, and just plain better? Well, American Made is back. Contact Factory Karts today to join the American Made movement. Learn more by visiting factorykarts.com or email info@factorykarts.com. Back at it here right now with OutLap number 92 as we have a look at this coming weekend's Challenge of the Americas finale at Burt Brothers Motorpark in Utah. Let's dive in now to the shifter kart categories. It's not going to take too long as there's 4 drivers pre-entered in senior shifter, only 2 in the shifter masters class. Senior shifter brought to you by Sweet Tech Racing Engines, 4 pre-entries. Michael Avancino has dominated the action. He's won all 6 races. He's got the point lead by 188 points. And maybe that's the reason, David, why he's elected not to come this coming weekend.
Yeah, when you factor in a drop, again, I think 125 or 120 is the maximum you can score on a race round. So, yeah, you eliminate that. He certainly has the advantage over Anthony Freeze. Even Anthony Freeze is able to probably get a double win weekend. Avancino will still secure the championship. So no Ron White Racing operation in Utah this weekend. Freeze, Evan Concepcion, Nolan Gagnon are the drivers racing for the second spot in the championship. So all 3 drivers will be in Utah, along with Ayrton Lytle, another driver who was in at least in Tucson, but didn't race in the other 2 rounds. So local driver looking to make it a little interesting for that fight for second place in the championship.
Yeah, Scuderia Littell, of course, one of the primary shifter kart and karting operations, based itself at the Burt Brothers Motorpark. That's where they have their shop. And, of course, they brought Evan Concepcion to the races this year. So all 4 of those drivers are going to battle it out. Freeze, Littell, Concepcion, and Gagnon. So we'll get to see those guys scrap out there, again, battling for that second position overall in the points. Then if we move David over to the Nelson Race Concepts Shifter Masters class, just the 2 entries on the weekend here right now. We don't have the shifters team of Rook, Gouache, and Clota. So it's going to be Michael Faker and Chris Mickey, the 2 drivers that are battling it out. They currently sit 3rd and 5th, respectively, in the points. I think they're probably going to end up there when they're done anyways. Actually, Faker will very likely move into 2nd. He'll be able to get by Michael Gouache, but essentially Joe Rook, the driver at Indiana who came out here to run with shifters on the Maranello, is going to end up with a championship in that category.
Yeah, his 4 wins were certainly good. Just kind of stumbled in Sonoma to be able to not get the 6 for 6 over the opening 3 events, as Patrick O'Neill and Michael Gouache were able to pick up victories there. As you said, no Gouache this weekend. So we'll have either at least 1 or 2 new winners in the category for the season.
All right, folks, let's have a look now before we jump into one more break and look at the Masters Cadet and Cadet category. David, let's talk about some of the drivers that we've got right now getting set to go here in the Briggs 206 shootout.
Yeah, as we talked about, 14 drivers set up to compete in this kind of shootout, one final on the weekend over 3 heat races to battle. You look at some of the drivers doing double duty, Aaron Lytle and Anthony Freeze, the shifter drivers going to the fastest category to the slowest category on the weekend. So that'll be fun to watch them. And then again, a lot of local and regional drivers kind of mixed in. I know talking with Andy Saisman, he has some Pacific Northwest drivers coming down. So that's good. You're going to have some local drivers. I got to assume everybody with the 500 numbers that we're looking at are all local drivers, depending on how they number things. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 local drivers, maybe 8 with the 611 of William Samsky.
Let me throw the names out there. We've got Jack Grote coming out. Connor Chin's going to do double duty this weekend. The 500 numbers, Cooper Catt, Colin Royce is doing double duty. Gustavo Marmorato, Blake Feely, Grant Hearn, Kingston Deemer, Horace Walker. You mentioned Will Samsky already. Steele Larson, a driver that we know the name. We've seen this name before. Trey Arnson coming in out for the Pacific Northwest as well. So good stuff.
Yeah, he will. That's one of the Pacific Northwest drivers. We talked Connor Chin, Pacific Northwest. It's going to be quite interesting. Maybe there'll be a Falcone. Who knows?
Out of nowhere.
You never know. And then, like you said, Rob, I think they are going to do a Friday practice. They added that over the weekend. I think it's because there are drivers doing double duty who aren't local drivers, so they want to give them a little bit of time. And there is time in the schedule. So I'm not quite sure exactly if they're running all day or if it's optional. It's not required to be part of it. So I got to assume the locals won't need it. But again, it'll give the opportunity for some of the drivers who have never been there a chance to get accustomed to it. Again, with the Briggs 206, as we know, Rob, gearing is always the key element. And especially on a racetrack this big and this long, that's going to be probably the most notable change you'll be hearing for the drivers in this category is getting the right gearing.
Yeah, it'll be good to see the battling there. You and I are both big Briggs 206 fans, so looking forward to seeing how this plays out. You never know. We're making a couple more walk-ups and guys that are already there saying, hey, listen, looks like some fun out there. I wouldn't mind jumping back behind the wheel as well. So we'll see if we get any late entries into the Briggs shootout. $1,000 up for grabs for the race winner. We'll see how that plays out. Maybe if we get any more entries when we get there, we can have them in the Paddock Insider when David hits the track.
We should challenge all the 100cc guys to do it. It's just get the spare cart, put a Briggs on it, like Chase Hand. He's got spare carts. Come on,
let's go. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Or Joey Hand even.
Whoa, nah. I think we need a Joey Hand. I think we need a Seth Nash. We need some of these team owners to get out
Greg
there.
Welch.
Greg Welch. I like that idea. No, see now, listen. Now we're onto something right now.
There we go.
All right, love it. All right, one more break, folks. When we get back, we'll wrap this thing up. We'll give you the preview of Masters 100cc and the Cadet 60cc class. We'll cap it all off. Is IndyCar your dream? If it is, for 2024 and beyond, the path from karting to IndyCar has gotten even clearer. It's time to look into the new USF Juniors program and the Tatis JR23. As a first step of the USF Pro Championships presented by Continental Tires, the USF Junior Series will feature a 6-event, 13-race schedule to train racers for the move into the USF 2000 Championship presented by Continental Tires. 3 of the events in 2024 will run alongside IndyCar at Mid-Ohio, Road America, and Portland. The champion will win a scholarship worth over $263,000, and there's a total prize fund that will exceed $330,000. The series utilizes the state-of-the-art Tatis JR23 race car, which is a development version of the USF 22 used in USF 2000. It's the ideal entry point for career-minded karters moving into the car racing ladder. Safety is always front and center in the minds of the series promoters, and the new USF Juniors car also features the Halo, and races are supported by members of the AMR IndyCar safety team. If IndyCar is your goal, USF Juniors is the starting line. For more information, visit www.usfjuniors.com and follow USF Juniors on social media. In this day and age, if you need something for your karting program, it's just one mouse click away. One of the leading online stores in the sport of karting is tsracing.com. The Florida-based company has been serving the karting community for decades. TS Racing is one of the few kart shops with technical expertise in all divisions of karting. TS Racing's online superstore features a full range of the products you need to start karting today, or to restock your garage or trailer for the racing season. TS Racing is also the official distributor for Vega tires. For dirt, road racing, sprint, and the most popular 4-cycle tire with Cup Karts North America, a wide range of Vega compounds and sizes are available for your karting needs. Head over to tsracing.com today or call 352-793-9600 to learn more about the Vega tire brand or the many products that they have at TS Racing. The new face of competitive karting in the Pacific Northwest region is RaceLab. The full-service karting operation is located at the state-of-the-art Kartplex facility in Oliver, British Columbia, Canada, providing everything you need to hit the track or put yourself in a successful driver development program. RaceLab is the official North American distributor for the TB Kart chassis brand, providing the full range of models from kid kart to shifter kart. Villeneuve Racing Karts is their flagship product, available only through RaceLab. The brand carries the name of Formula One champion and Indianapolis 500 winner Jacques Villeneuve, with each model produced by TB Kart. Kartplex, the home of RaceLab, is situated on the grounds of the Area 27 Motorsports Park. From full arrive and drive TB Kart rentals to leagues and competition karting, the facility provides a new home to developing the future stars of motorsports, all beginning at Kartplex with RaceLab. Follow RaceLab on social media on Facebook and Instagram, or load up their website at www.theracelab.ca to learn more about TB Kart and Villeneuve Racing Karts. RaceLab. Race with us, win with us. Welcome back to the EKN Radio Network. Let's cap things off here with episode number 92 of the OutLap as we preview this coming weekend's challenge of the Americas finale for 2025. My name is Rob Howden, joined as always by David Cole. Let's cap things off with Master 100cc and Cadet 60cc. Ruthless Karting, the sponsor of the Master category. Just the 3 pre-entries coming in here. Scott Falcone, Luke Tracy, and Christopher Mann, first, second, and third in the points. Falcone with a couple of victories. Also, Paul Badia got a couple of wins at K1. Matthew Meach with victories as well. Dan Jones scoring the win at his local track at Sonoma. David, let's line things up for let's see what kind of battle we're going to get here. No Tracy and no Meach on the day. That's tough.
Yeah, that's the tough one. I thought we were going to be able to, we saw a bit of momentum after K1.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to see Meach there, and Tracy's been following the series all season until now. So again, could be a walk up. So for both of them, unable to connect with those 2 drivers, but we did get Christopher Mann back. He was at K1 and at Sonoma, missed the weekend in Tucson. So he has the opportunity to move himself up into the championship chase, at least for the second spot, as Falcone has a pretty solid lead, especially with 2 victories already from the season opener.
Yeah, let's move now to the Karting Collective 60cc cadet class, and again looking to see how this one plays out, because it's actually been really strong so far. What are we looking at, Dave? 10 entries right now, I think, or is it 9?
9
yes. Entries coming in.
Yeah.
9 entries coming into the category here for 60cc cadet. Winning names: Ramirez, Martinez, High, Aiden Go. Martinez is the point leader, though, ahead of Lucas Tarango by 35 points. Hudson Hidalgo with 68 points back. Nathan Ramirez and Chase Rittering within 102 and 148, respectively. Chase Rittering not on the list, but we do have Hudson Hidalgo. We've got Luis Martinez, Nathan Ramirez, Lucas Tarango, Aiden Go, the only driver not in that list.
Yeah, one of the two winners from Sonoma.
True,
Lincoln Go and Lincoln High not on the entry list. So yeah, Lincoln High was the gamble victory with the was it the dry tires or no? It was the rain tires.
Did he go wets the dries?
He went wets. Yes, that's what it was. He went wet tires. Rain came and everybody was on dry tires. So yeah, that was a fun one in Sonoma. Watching Aiden go had a really good performance, and I didn't realize that was his season debut for the series. So he had not been to Tucson, he had not been to K1, and so came to Sonoma and picked up a victory on Sunday, and then he went on to win both main events at the Spring Nationals for Supercars USA Pro Tour. So certainly a good stretch over April and May for Aiden Go.
Other drivers in the category that have entered now: Forrest Blair, Wyatt Kroger, Brody Forbes, Natalie Priestley, Caleb Canfield, all on the docket right now for the category for 60cc cadet. 9 total, as David said. Hopefully we'll see a couple extra walk-ups to get to that double digits, but otherwise we'll cap things off for the drivers in 60cc cadet as well. And the championship, David, most definitely up for grabs, right? With Luis Martinez, Lucas Tarango, and Hudson Hidalgo, all within 68 points. Even Nathan Ramirez, although he's 102 points back, you look at the drops, you never know. If he comes in and has a perfect weekend, good opportunity to potentially steal away the championship.
Yeah, has a victory from the opener. So if he's able to double up, tie Martinez in terms of victories and see how the weekend goes, depending on where Martinez finishes. Again, a lot of things can happen over the 2 rounds, and this will probably be the category that we'll be crunching the Excel spreadsheet on.
Indeed. There you go, folks. That wraps up this preview for the weekend coming with the Challenge in Americas, finishing things up at Burt Brothers Motorpark up in Utah. First opportunity for the Challenge to get up to the state of Utah. And, of course, first time we've, of course, got the 4 races this year as well. Round 7 and 8, Saturday and Sunday, we'll find out who the champions are for the Challenge when we get out there to Utah. Live coverage throughout the entire weekend. I'll have my live play-by-play stream on ekartingnews.com/live. It'll also be streaming on the EKN Radio Network if you've downloaded that mobile app to your device. So you'll be able to hear wherever you are the live audio coverage of the play-by-play from Trackside. You can follow us, of course, on all of our social media. We'll have everything there on Facebook, X, and Instagram. The hashtags, #EKN at CODA, #The Challenge, and #Utah. We'll throw that one in there for some extra promotion. Otherwise, David, you and I get in the afternoon of Thursday. You're actually a little bit later into the evening. We'll be Trackside Friday morning. We'll fire up the Paddock Insider. We'll get things rolling on social media. Full coverage EKN Trackside Live, 3 straight days in Utah.
3 hot straight days in Utah.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
I will be, because I'll be out there doing it. So
you will be. Yeah, it'll be.
Yeah. But again,
hey! Hydrate on Thursday, David. Hydrate.
Yes. I'm going to be drinking the water over the next 2 days for sure. 3 days. So yeah, definitely got to do that. It'll be quite unique. Again, Utah it's great view. I think that's the added bonus is you got great view from the facility with the mountains surrounding the salt flats to the north. Quite interesting racetrack, again, fast flowing racetrack, a lot different than the 3 events we went. Maybe a little bit similar to K1 without the massive elevation changes, but yeah, it should be an interesting weekend heading to Utah.
Great racetrack for sure, folks. There you have it. We've wrapped up the EKN OutLap, the very first segment of our EKN Trackside live coverage. As we said before, we'll be rolled into the track on Friday morning. Our Paddock Insider will get things underway with what's going on at the racetrack. We'll tell you about any late entries as well. Of course, our coverage getting started on Friday morning. Thanks for tuning into this edition of the EKN OutLap. Big shout out to AIM Sports being our presenting sponsor of the show. Otherwise, that wraps things up. We're underway. We head out here again on Thursday evening to Utah. Looking forward to getting Trackside to wrap up this year's Challenge of the America. On behalf of David Cole, folks, my name's Rob Howden. Bye for now.